Let's start with some breaking news. Apparently, widespread lying and deceit may have some consequences.
And we are back with our breaking news coverage. Just as opening statements were set to begin in what was going to be a historic trial, Dominion Voting Systems suing Fox for defamation, lawyers on both sides reached a settlement, an absolutely enormous settlement. A lawyer for Dominion announced that Fox would be paying Dominion $787,500,000.
Wow. $787 million. That is a ton of money. And Fox was already strapped for cash. Tucker Carlson can only afford one facial expression. And look, I'm glad there's some accountability here, but still, I'm pretty disappointed we're not going to get a trial because all the Fox anchors would have been forced to testify. It would have been like the Seinfeld finale, but instead of soup Nazis, it's just Nazis. Since Fox is going to have to pay nearly $1 billion, they'll need to implement cost-cutting measures. Sadly, they have to fire Brian Kilmeade's reading tutor. Janine Pirro has to switch to the cheap box of wine. Development on a third Ducey has been halted. They're going to have to switch from Jesse Waters to Tap Waters. And, of course, they're going to have to put down Sean Hannity. Let's move on. You guys smell that? You smell what I'm smelling? That combination of gym sweat and Old Spice and unearned confidence? Feels like there's a lot of alpha male energy going on in politics right now. Everywhere you look in the news, there's an alpha male whipping his pecker out, marking his territory, punching walls instead of crying. Real tough guys. Guys like Ron, these boots are made for walking Desantis, who's down in Florida waging war on a cartoon mouse.
This morning, the ongoing feud between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Disney is intensifying. DeSantis now floating the idea of the state developing land next to Disney World.
Come to think of it, now people are like, well, what should we do with this land? Maybe try to do more amusement parks. Someone even said, like, maybe you need another state prison. Who knows? I mean, I just think that the possibilities are endless.
Okay. A state prison next to Disney World. Can you imagine what poor Walt Disney would say if he saw this? I mean, first, he'd have a lot to say about all the Jews and black people allowed in the park. But after he sorted all that out, he'd be very upset. This may sound like a petty move by a wannabe dictator, but is a prison next to Disney World an inherently bad idea? I say no. As long as they lock up strictly those Disney adults, we're going to be totally fine. You know, I know you're trying to make adulthood feel like childhood, but guess what? There's nothing for you past 30.